How we doing? After what seemed like hours of waiting, I finally made it into the building and I approached the table. And I went up to the appraiser and I put the item I had down, face down on the table. And the guy was wearing a suit and kind of looked at me like he was looking down at what looked like an 8x10 by like 1 inch thick piece of wood. I said, "What is that?" Cockily, I said, "Turn it over." So he turns it over and his face changes. He says, "How would you like to be on television?" That was in 2007, and I was on a show called Antiques Roadshow. The antique I brought with me was a printer's block or a printer's plate, and it was an 8x10 hunk of scrap wood. And on the other side was a little thin piece of metal etched with a design. And I don't know if you know how printers' plates work, but you put them in a printing press, which is centuries-old technology. You put ink on the metal part, you slam it into the paper, and you get a book or a poster or a piece of art. The printer's block I had was used to make trade magazine advertisements for a little film called Star Wars. And it was from 1976, before anyone knew what the hell Star Wars was. And the guy looked at it and said, "Yeah, that's something." Got on Antiques Roadshow, had a great time, the show aired. A couple of months later, I get a phone call. And the person on the line says, "Is this Matt Gibson?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Is this the Matt Gibson that was on Antiques Roadshow?" "Yeah." He said, "Hi, my name's Pete, and I work for Lucasfilm." Now, Lucasfilm is a film production company that was named after George Lucas, who happened to direct the first Star Wars. And George is kind of infamous for being antisocial and wears plaid flannels and mom jeans and white sneakers, but he's a genius. And I was a huge fan since I was 5. And he said, "I work at Lucasfilm, and I saw you on the show, and I was wondering if you'd be willing to sell the plate." I said, "Well, how much are you offering?" And he said, "Well, $200. And I said, "Thank you." That's what I said. Now, see, I got it on eBay years earlier. And the only reason I got it was because my search query for Star Wars collectibles and the title of the auction item had the same typo. They put the R and the S on the other side. And as chance would have it, or maybe the Force, I was able to secure the item. And it was awesome because I was a devout student of everything, of the design of the film, of how they did it, of the model making and all of that. And so it was really something it was just such a huge piece of film history. I just loved this thing. And when he said $200, I said, "Well, but he works at Lucasfilm." To which I said, "There's an opportunity here." I said, "Listen, Pete, I won't sell it to you. I'll give it to you. But I want a tour of the ranch. I want a tour of Skywalker Ranch, of Industrial Light Magic, and of Lucasfilm. Can you deliver?" So he said, He goes, "Yeah, I think I can. Let me check into some things." That led into a on-again, off-again friendship where every few months I would write to him through Facebook saying, "Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Are you available? Hey, Matt, when are you going to come down? Yeah, I don't know. Life got in the way. I got a job that day. Yeah, sorry. Oh, I don't work there anymore. Oh, I lost my chance." So that went on for a number of years. Flash forward to 2016, and I happened to be going down to San Francisco, where Lucasfilm is, for a work conference. I didn't even think about bringing the item with me because I didn't think I had time to go anywhere. My schedule was pretty tight. And then, of course, as luck would have it, or the Force, I had a day off. And so a work buddy of mine and I said, "Let's go walking around the city. What do you want to do?" "Well, let's go see the Golden Gate Bridge." "Okay, great. Let's go to the wharf." "Okay, let's go." And I looked at her, I said, "Let's go look for Lucasfilm. Let's go." I don't know why I didn't even think of this before. The problem is it doesn't show up on Google Maps. You can't find it anywhere. It's notoriously secretive. So I said, "Well, I know that the main production facility moved to the Presidio, an old Army barracks in San Francisco years ago. Let's go try to find that." So we found that. And we just started looking around. And as we went along, we started seeing younger artsy people, artists and creative folks wearing plaid flannels and mom jeans and white sneakers. All right, we got to be getting close. So we round the corner of one of these buildings, and there is a gigantic water fountain, water feature. And at the top is this bronze statue of Yoda, the Jedi Master. I'm like, we have found it. Ha-ha. We go into the lobby, and as you go into the lobby, there are bookcases and statues of Darth Vader and lots of arts and crafts furniture, and it's very Lucasfilm Skywalker-y ranch. And so it was really, really great. We was like, okay, this is great. We found it. Let's go see if Pete's in. So I asked the receptionist, hey, is Pete here? Pete was there. And he comes down, and I've never met this guy. We've never met face-to-face. We've never had a video call or anything like that. It was always through like Facebook Messenger. So I don't know what this guy looks like, really. And so here he comes through the door wearing the plaid and the jeans and the white sneakers. And he's like, Matt, you made it. And gives me this great big hug, which I thought was pretty awesome considering we've become friends, but we never really met in person. So it was a really great thing. He goes, dude, we only have 20 minutes. I got to get something done, but you got to at least follow me to the employee store. It's got loads of things that no one else can get anywhere else in the world. Come with me. All right, let's go. So we follow him through the doors, and it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Here's the machine that animated the lightsabers in The Empire Strikes Back, and here's a book of storyboards from Return of the Jedi, and here's a spaceship model from that TV show no one saw. And I am eating it up. It's like a museum of all my favorite things as a kid. And I'm just like dying. This is so great. So we get to the employee store. He tells the people at the counter, take care of this guy. He's a great friend. I'll be right back. So he leaves. And so this work buddy and I we're like, we made it. This is awesome. We're looking through T-shirts and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's a gift shop. That's fine. I'm just glad to be here. And so my work buddy comes up and taps me on the shoulder, and she says, you need to turn around right now. And I turn around, and there, looking at T-shirts, an arm's length away from me, is the man, the George, with the hair and that beard and the plaid flannels and the mom jeans and the white sneakers. Dude, you've never changed. This is awesome. And he's with a buddy of his, and I don't want to be that fan, because fan is short for fanatic, right? I don't want to be that guy. Please take my picture, please sign this. I don't want to do any of that, but I really want to thank him, right? It's like, there he is, I got to do it. So I'm going to wait. I'm not going to be rude. I'm going to wait for a 3 count. And if he doesn't say anything, I'll say something. 1, 2, now I'm getting nervous, 3. I finally said, okay, this is it. So I turn to him and I say, excuse me, I'm really sorry for bothering you, but I've been a huge fan of your work since I was 5 in 1977. What you've brought to the world was extraordinary. Thank you. And what happened next was exactly what I didn't want to have happen. His eyes got big, his mouth dropped, he started shaking a little bit, and he says, you're welcome, and he bolts for the door. I blew it. But the two young people at the sales counter, they're high-fiving each other, dancing. They think this is a miraculous thing. My work buddy is laughing and slapping me on the back, and here comes Pete. He missed the whole thing. He said, what happened? He goes, it's George, and he met him. He talked to him. And my buddy Pete, he's like, all the times to go to the men's room, whatever. And so what I found out was that George never really hung out at Lucasfilm once they moved. And worse than that, he sold out to Disney years earlier. So for him to be there was even more of a chance meeting. So we wrapped it up and gave a big hug out. He says, next time you come down here, let me give you a proper tour. 2 hours, 3 hours, we'll spend the day. And I said, that's awesome, thank you. So that was 2016. We carry on this on and on, off again, hey, how you doing? Are you coming down? Yeah, I can't. Are you working? No, I can't. Well, then 2020 happened. And we all know what happened. World ended. So I saw that plate on the shelf. I went, you know what? Time to go home. So I put him in a box, and I sent it along. Like, it's where it needs to be. So he calls me again. By this time, we're talking on the phone now. And he goes, I can't believe you sent this. This is the best thing ever. And I said, well, it's just put it in a place of honor at your house. He goes, oh, no. I'm not putting it in my house. This is now in the Lucasfilm archives. You sent it home. Thank you.